Man, the podcast. I'm here with my boy Mannie Bentley. What's up, Mannie Bentley?
What's happening, man?
I don't know, man. What's been going on with you today?
I can't complain and just work. Same thing with work.
Working. That's what's up, man. I got my boy man. Y'all say what's up to X-Frame, man. The original Mannie Bentley, man. The original belt holder. Y'all see the belts? Tell me what the meaning of those belts for, man.
Man, I can tell you the story about the belt, man. It was a couple years ago, did a show, and everybody that knows me knows I'm an avid wrestling fan, MMA fan. I used to do the MMA back in the day, but that's another story. But I started incorporating wrestling into my performances and stuff like that. So I came there with the belt to performance, and everybody reacted to it and liked it and stuff like that. So I showed up the next week to another one. First thing people asked before they said anything about the music was, "Where's the belt? Where the belt? Where the belt? Where the belt?" And it was like, a couple times out there, folks started asking about the belt. So I kind of started, carrying the belt with me. And then after start carrying the belt with me, and they start calling me the champ or, whatever. They started giving me this nickname. So I started, trying to put myself on a different pedestal.
Yeah, but it's good to incorporate it because it's like a metaphor.
Right.
And people, they like you say before they even ask what you doing, what a belt said.
Right, what a belt said, right.
Man, and they look nice too.
Yeah,
man.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Everybody hate on this one, but we ain't gonna
why?
talk
Because
about
it's a Dallas.
You see, they hate on that one. But
so you a Dallas Cowboy
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hard up.
Don't y'all get on here saying nothing because I'm reading all the comments and I'm gonna come for you. So don't you say nothing.
You best believe me in here now. That's what's up, man. So how everything's been going with today, man?
Man, bro, like I said, I can't complain, dog. I mean, it ain't gonna do no good to complain. I just try to keep a positive mind, man. Just work. I don't think about what happened yesterday, the day before, last week. I keep on trying to press forward and try to, whatever mistakes or whatever didn't work yesterday, I try to do what I got to do to make today better than yesterday.
Right.
So, that's how I, just keep going like that, man.
That's a great way to look at life, man. A lot of people look at it, they look at it in any kind of way, they'll be bringing themselves down. Yeah, man, I'm glad to have you here on the podcast.
Yes,
We've been setting this up for a while.
Yeah.
But man, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just wanted to get you over here to let people know who is Mannie Bentley. Everybody been wanting to know who Mannie Bentley is, so we finally got him here. You guys sit down and we're gonna find out everything about Mannie Bentley.
That's
okay.
What's up?
All right. So you originally from Vicksburg, Mississippi?
Born and raised in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Born and raised.
Kings, Mississippi.
Kings, Mississippi.
Yes,
mother
sir.
and father in the same household?
Mother and father, same household till he passed away.
Okay. So when did you start, finding yourself with the love of music?
In 1999.
1999.
Yeah, if you listen to a lot of my songs, well, not a lot of my songs, but certain songs that I talk about, things that I've been through and struggles and ups and downs and stuff like that, I usually incorporate that into them songs because music but is my first love. That's my escape from reality.
Right.
I can sit down and put myself in a room and pen and pad and write, listen to a beat and write. That was my escape.
So not just only writing music, but listening to it too.
Right.
Okay. So who was your first artist that you fell in love with that made you like music?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z was your first artist?
Jay-Z.
That was in what year?
99.
99.
Yes, sir.
So you remember the first song you heard?
Blueprint. I had all the blueprints, man. Every last one of his underground stuff. That was my dude back then. People say what they want to say, but I'm telling you, man, me being from the South, and I like New York hip hop. If that makes sense. I like the East Coast. I love my dirty side. I love my UGK. I'm on my UGK, 3-6 Mafia, Ball and G, all that. But I just had a thing for East Coast hip hop, and that Jay-Z was my dude. You know what I'm saying? That was my dude. I ride around all day. If I'm bumping East Coast, I'm bumping Jay-Z. If I'm bumping anything down south, if it's not UGK, is Chameleon there, Power Wall, Swisher House. That was my thing back then.
Okay, but if it top four, I ain't gonna lie, in my album list, it's got to be number 2 of the top 4 or 5 greatest album ever written. Blueprint, especially number 1.
Number 1, yes sir.
I mean, top 5 automatic is in there.
Yes sir.
I mean, that's in the world, in any album ever been written.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was the blueprint. I mean, if you listen to every song, he gave you the game.
He gave you the game lyrically. I mean, he put it in the lyrics. I mean, you know, it's a whole different thing now than it was back then. But like I said, back then, like, man, Jiggle was the dude, hold the dude. You know what I'm saying?
It was, man. So, X-Flame Music Group. Okay. We're gonna ask, how many members are there at X-Flame Music?
Shit, about 1,000. Now, myself, co-founder, Flex Harris, shout out to my brother Flex Harris. We started X-Flame. We started back in 2004 in school. Okay. And when we started out, it was me, him, my brother Willie McCoy Scooter, rest in peace, Riley B, George Riley, and Trey Nervous, Mr. G. That's pretty, if I'm forgetting anybody, excuse me, but that's pretty much, that was the clique there. And then, you know, later on, you know, we got Troy, T-Dub, Mr. T-Dub and stuff, you know, down the line and everything. But the originators, that was the original group. That was the core of the group.
Okay, what made you come up with the name X-Flame?
We started X-Flame, like, we actually started out as a car club. After the first Fast and the Furious. We used to have the little Hondas and everything around here souped up and everything. And that was X-Flame stand for Extreme Flames, and that's I'm talking about. Flex used to have his not the Mazda, the Mitsubishi with the flamethrower on there and throwing flames out the tailpipe. We had them loud cars sound like bumblebees coming down Clay Street, and you know that's how it started. Yeah. You know, we always did music. They was doing the Christian rap at the time and everything, yeah. So we always did music. And after that, then we just started just converting everything over to the music, but we kept the name. And I said it in an interview a long time ago that, you know, and that was probably about 15 years ago, that I said that before it's said or done, that the X-Flames will eventually be a household name.
And it is. I mean, honestly, it is. And if it even get bigger, you know, because I got a lot of people watching my podcast right now, and I appreciate all my supporters. Shout out to you guys. Yeah. And you know, so X-Flame Music Group. What inspired you guys to write music and make music the way that you make it? Do it come from the struggle? Do it come from just life itself? Where do that passion come from?
It comes from the struggles. It comes from everyday life. It comes from, man, just everything that we do. You know, me personally, the person that you see in the videos, the person that you see out in the streets and everything else, the person that you see right now, I'm the same person. This ain't no gimmick. This ain't none of that. This is me.
I can't say that every time I see you.
I'm the same person. I'm the same person. So you know, I'm not up there rapping about guns and violence, and you know, because that's not me. But you know, I'm out here rapping about having fun. You know, we sitting up here drinking or shooting pool or doing music or messing with cars. We still mess with the cars and everything. The women, you know, everyday stuff. You know, it's 100% me. It's 100% genuine.
Okay. So let's get past a few things. Okay, in this music game right now today, we got so much going on, so much killing, so much backbiting,
right?
So much frenemies,
right?
Whatever you want to call those,
right?
What makes you want to keep on going? What makes you get inspired every day to get up to write another song, knowing the situation that's ahead? If you were to get signed to a label,
me,
yourself,
me. because the one thing about it, the way that I feel, no matter what's going on around me, what this person's doing, that person doing, or who says what, I'm still gonna do me. Because I put myself on this pedestal. I put myself on pedestal a long time ago that, when I'm at my full potential, when I'm 100%, when I'm 100% in this, and that's me. And this, don't nobody got to agree with this, but when I'm at 100%, I feel like can't nobody touch me. That's me.
And if you didn't feel like that,
but I'm not saying that I'm the best out here. But when I'm at 100%, when I'm in this full speed ahead, I feel like I can't be touched.
But if you didn't feel like that,
right,
in no sense of you doing what you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't feel yourself, nobody else don't feel you.
Right.
And all your music do sound. I remember my first time actually seeing you perform was at the Upper End.
Yes.
And I think you had a party down there that night.
It was either there was a party or either that was the Generation Next back then when they.
I don't know exactly what it was, but you was in that, man. You turned up. When I say you turned up,
and like I said,
up,
that's me. And it could be a packed house, it could be 3 people, it could be 1 person, and I'm still gonna do the same thing like that motherfucker packed out.
Every time. Give it 110%.
That's the only way I can do it. I mean, that's the only way I can do it, and that's the only way I carry these belts. Because I feel that if I can't do that every time, I don't need to walk around with these. Because, like I said, I put myself on the pedestal that I feel like that I can't be, I'm 100% at full potential. Like I said, once I feel like that I can't do it, then I know that's time for me to step away.
Okay. So what this takeoff situation, I know everybody tired of talking about it and they're trying to get past it.
Right.
But that's how we do. We forget about people so fast.
Right.
No matter what they did for the community or whatever, they tend to forget about you so fast after you're gone.
Right.
But I just wanted to get your take on that situation. What do you feel about that?
My thing is about the situation. First of all, RP to take off for this generation of rap, hip hop, and stuff like that. Like I said, back when the Migos first came out with the mixtapes and everything else. I mean, just like they said on the internet, you had to be there, and I was there for it and everything else. And they changed the game.
They did.
They changed the game, man.
They absolutely did.
No question about it. My take on the situation is that once you in a different tax bracket, my opinion, when you in a different tax bracket, you got to move different.
You got to, man.
You got to move different. You can't.
That's just
mean, I understand that. Just like me, I'm the same all the time, this and that, but times now is not like times was back then. When we was first coming up and all this stuff, everything too. Nobody trying to do no killing and stuff like that. Everybody, you can go back to the hood and hang out and
kick it all around town.
But whatever I don't know. The internet they was up shooting dice and somebody said it was over a basketball game and I feel that once you get in that tax bracket and stuff like that, you shouldn't be out there shooting no dice
with anybody.
That.
Unless it's just really just y'all doing it for fun.
You shouldn't put yourself in a position like that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is not happy with your accomplishments and stuff like that, and then they got you. They got you in this situation where they know that you're alone. You by yourself. I mean, you got your boys and stuff with you, but you ain't got no security with you just don't put yourself in certain situations. That's how I feel about that. He shouldn't have been there like that. That's my take on that. He shouldn't have been there like that.
He shouldn't have been there though, and that's real. But sometimes we always forget about when you want to be with the in crowd.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the problem with us as black now.
But
we want to be relevant all the time.
Well, I'll tell you like this. I'd move a certain way now. And I'm not multi-millionaire, billionaire, anything like that. I do damn well for myself, and I run different businesses. I got my hands in a lot of stuff, but I move different now because it's just hard to trust people, and people see you, and it could be people that you grew up with. that knew you since school and all that stuff, and they still down here ground zero, and they sit there and watched you elevate, and will hate you because you elevated, and feel like that you left them behind. Oh, you know, you gotta separate yourself. You know, you gotta put yourself. You gotta put yourself in a room with other people that got the same kind of mind that you got.
Right.
You know, like me and Flex say, we always talk about millionaire mindset and stuff like that. Folks that don't have that millionaire mindset, you don't need to be in the room with them. Right. Instead of trying to go up, and you content with being at ground zero, you know, and not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but me, I'm not content with being there. I'm always content with going up.
Right. That's what I mean, you're supposed to be.
So, you know, I don't give a damn if I'm 55, 60 years old. I'm still going to try to find something to do to take me up higher than what I am. Because that's my MO.
That's the way you're supposed to do it, though, man. So, you say you grew up in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Mm-hmm. How would you describe your life growing up in Vicksburg, Mississippi? Would you say it was hard, rough, was fair?
I'm not gonna say it's hard, but I'm not gonna get on here and lie like I came. We had to worry about lights getting cut off and stuff like that. No, my daddy worked his ass off. So I wouldn't be out here in these streets.
Shout out to Pops, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm tell the truth out there. He worked his ass off, so we wouldn't have to be in the streets. Took care of me, my mama, and my sister.
That's
why he was able, why he wasn't sick, and he passed and shit like that, and I went to the streets because you know I'm a young brother looking for guidance. My dad died when I was 13, and you know I came up, you know, can't start hanging in town and you know with another older brothers and stuff like that, and you know that's how that happened. But you know, it wasn't no struggle or nothing like that. But we wasn't just balling and rich and but we ain't had to worry about not being hungry.
Yeah, y'all was okay.
We were good. You know what I'm saying?
So when your dad died, how did that make you feel? Like, how did it make you feel? Like, did you feel like that you had to become a man early?
I ain't had no choice. I mean, you know, I still had my little sister and stuff like that, and I had to grow up early.
Like, you was the man of the house.
Right. I had to grow up early, and you know, it was, you know, that's when my mindset really just started changing then, because like I said, he was gone, and all that I knew that, shoot, Pops get out there, Pop work every day. Pop work. Get up, go to work, come back home, get up, go to work, come back home. He hurting, he's sick, get up, go to work, come back home. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he put that in my mind. You know, anytime that I wanted something when I was younger, you know, he'll make me go outside and do some work. You know what I'm saying? He'll give me some money. But, you know, he would never just give me no money. I had to go outside and do something. Go get in the garden. Go do this. Go do that. Go clean these fish. Go shuck this corn. I mean, you know, we had to do something, you know, to make that dollar. He ain't going to just put no money in the hand because, you know, he just be saying that, you know, it ain't going to always be easy that somebody's just going to give it to you. You have to work for it.
Right. That's the way it's supposed to be. But they're teaching you how to be a man.
Right.
At an early age.
Right.
And you said he passed when you was 13, so he had to been teaching you.
And that was in 98.
8, 9, 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? But see, that's what a lot of the kids these days lacking.
Right.
In their life is fathers.
Fathers and this.
Yeah. Because there's so much going on, man. All this stuff that's going on today wasn't going on when we was growing up.
Right.
You know, we, like you were saying earlier, we used to go across town from hood to hood.
Yes, sir.
And be able to play basketball, football.
And you can ride around now, all these courts. I don't care, rain, sleet, snow, or shine. Back then, you ride around when the F's was popping and stuff like that. These courts be wide open. Somebody at all of them. Mm-hmm. And you, like back then, we didn't even have to go to the club right there. All thing you had to do is, you know, post up on Clay Street, or we go right down there to the Mission, or go down there on Ken Carl. You know what I'm saying? These courts used to be popping back then. Like now, none of that. You know what I'm saying?
At all. So when you first started rapping, could you remember your first rap lyrics or the first rap song, like the actual song that you made, the first song?
Yep.
What age was you then?
I was 14.
14.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the song? What's the name of the song?
It wasn't a song. It was a freestyle.
Okay.
And I still do that time we do something because I'm not a freestyler, but it was a freestyle that I wrote down, and you know I still remember it to this day. And yeah, that was a long time ago.
So did you record it?
Nah, we didn't record. We just we used to sit around and we got my cousin Alton. Shout out to Jay Carter. My cousin Alton. He was the drummer. You know what I'm saying? You sit up there in the classroom and do beats on the desk and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So we'll sit up there like doing class or we ain't got nothing going on and come up there with the beats and stuff, and everybody just sit around there hitting a little freestyle. Like, man, we already know what you gonna say because you gonna say the same thing. Yeah, I ain't no freestyle. I'm writing my stuff.
Yeah, that's what's up. So that's what it was. Everybody just.
Yeah, my other cousin too. You know, they wasn't part of F-Flame, but you know, everybody had love for music. You know, Petey, shout out to Burner.
Yeah.
You know, that we always in class. You know, I said, shoot, it was love. It's still love. You know, with them, it's still love and everything with them. You know, ain't nothing changed but today.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, do you remember your first song that you actually went in the studio and recorded?
Yep. What
was the name of that one?
It was In My Life.
In My Life.
Yeah, with me, Jay Carter, Young Scholar. Shout out to Young Scholar in Michigan. Yeah, that was it. Me, Jay Carter, and Young Scholar. We did it in 8th, 9th grade, I think. Yeah, 8th, 9th grade. Yep.
So what made you to write that song there? What made y'all write that one?
You know, back then, you know, that when you had at the time Pretty Ricky, Pretty Willie. That when you had real R&B back then. That BTK and all that. IMX, everybody. That when they still had the real niggas out there. So you
that
know,
when music was good.
Yeah,
man.
music was good, and it was like R&B rap type feel and stuff like that. Cause you know they could sing. I used to sing back when I had the voice, but you know they could sing and stuff like that. So it was like R&B rap type feel. And you know what I'm saying. That's how that came about. You know. It was, you know, still kind of hood, but you know, it had that.
So was it just a song to do something to hear yourself on the mic, or was it a song you trying to push, or just a song you was just?
At the time we did that song. I say well, I wanted to push the song. I did. I wanted to push the song too. I wanted to push the song, but same time, you know, chasing up behind that tail and stuff like that.
Everybody know that. So when y'all three did the song, was y'all a group back then?
Yeah, we was Blood Sports South. I was with them and still doing, you know, we were still doing my X-Line thing, but I was, you know, doing things with them. And when we did that song, we actually did a mixtape, Blood Sports South mixtape.
A whole mixtape?
Whole mixtape. We did it, and that's when SoundClick was popping.
Yeah,
you know,
I remember that.
We uploaded. Matter of fact, it might still be on SoundClick. I know the songs are still on MySpace.
Okay, what if someone wants to look it up, what can they find it?
www.myspace.com/XFlames Music Group, and then it's www.myspace.com/Mannie Forever.
Mannie Forever. Okay. So when y'all dropped that mixtape, did it sell pretty good? Did it do good numbers?
I would say back then, because you gotta realize back then, the way that social media and everything else is now, it wasn't like that back then. You had Black Planet, you had Yahoo, you know what I'm saying? You had all that. So that was before Spotify and all this stuff. But as far as around here, I believe we did good. That's my personal opinion.
So y'all were actually hand in hand selling CDs.
We were hand in hand.
Okay. So y'all just printed up CDs and
we did.
Packaged them up.
Did it at my house when I was living in Elizabeth, Missouri. We did it at the house.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So that's what you call real footwork.
Real footwork. I'm talking about we was out here going to the store. At the stores, everything had tables set up, all that. You know.
I wonder how many guys can reminisce on that?
Man,
These cats these days.
Look, I can tell you who I used to run into all the time. President Bell. President Bell. If wasn't nobody else out there, President Bell was out there.
Back then when you was,
yeah, Big Pastor Johnny Daniel. Big Pastor Johnny Daniel.
Right. That was the TNT.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember that.
And 4 for 4.
4 for 4. Yeah.
All
and then you had Slammer G now.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I remember all that. Yeah. All that was back in the day when that music scene was doing pretty good. Right. I remember we had Boosie come down here in Vicksburg. Because I remember 2,000 Riders opened up for Boosie one time down there. And 4 for 4, they opened up. I remember that down there.
Yeah, like I said, man, back then, you had to put in some work. Young Nut.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was doing his thing.
You had to put in some work.
I remember him performing at Faces one time. You remember that club Faces?
Yes.
Man, that was like one of the nicest clubs we had.
Man, that was the best thing Vicksburg had, and they shut it down.
And they shut it down. They couldn't see nobody make no money like that, man.
No, they didn't want us.
Yeah, I ain't want to say that, but I'm
just gonna be real.
I'm glad you did.
I'm gonna let the cat out of bed. No, they didn't. Okay. That was as far as Vicksburg having an upscale, nice club. Faces was that club
for us.
For us.
For real.
For us. Just like you can go to Jackson, go to upscale clubs downtown and stuff like that. For us, Faces was that for us. And downtown Vicksburg, and for whatever reason they didn't want that. It is what it is. But I'm gonna say it. If don't nobody else say it, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah. So when you first did your first show, like only got on stage, did you did you go up in school when you was in school? Did you do any like talent shows or anything like that when you was in high school?
We didn't do talent shows because our lyrics just wasn't PG at the time. So, so no, we didn't do the talent shows, but like if they had something like around the city, or like I said, I've been linked up with Kamikaze Brad Franklin for a long time.
Yeah.
And, so when they used to have the little indie shows and everything, and
I remember he had one at the upper end at the time. You was there that night, yeah.
And that's I always make sure that I showed up there. So that and believe, like I tell people got their own opinions about that, doing the indie shows and paying to perform and all that. Everybody gonna say what they want to say about that. My thing is, the promoter gonna make it work for them. It's gonna work for them. I mean, that's the whole idea of them putting the show together.
I mean, come on.
But at the same time, just say that this is November 14th, and okay, we got Christmas Day coming up. We got from now to Christmas Day, I'm gonna do a show at the upper end, and I got 10 artist slots open. You can pay me $10 a slot, and I give you 15-minute slot to do what you do.
Yeah.
Okay. It's your job to promote yourself.
Right.
I'm gonna promote the show. I'm gonna put you on there, headline the shows, whatever. But it's your job to promote yourself.
Yeah.
As far as coming in there, speaking to people, talking to people, let people know what you do, what you about, what you you got to talk.
That's just CDs, giveaway free.
Just like what we did back then when we used to be at the store, putting in all that work.
Yeah.
Before they had all these platforms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do at the store. So it's a lot of people now that feels that shit should be handed to them.
No, that ain't the way it work.
And it's not gonna work like that.
That ain't the way it work.
And I've been around long enough to see a lot of people come and feel like that, and I've seen a lot of people go. I'm fortunate enough to still be doing it. I can still go to a show and still feel pretty relevant because people still know who I am.
Yeah.
And that made me feel good because I put in the work. You know what I'm saying?
You did, because you've been out here a long time. So when you dropped that first mixtape that you dropped, did you feel like what did it make you feel like? Now it's time for me to drop another one and take this one even more serious?
The first mixtape, I was kind of conflicted. I'm not gonna lie about it. I was conflicted. It was cool that I did it, but I at the time back then, you know, I felt cool about it. But you know, time went on. I felt like, you know, I could be better. Yeah. I could have changed this. I could have changed that. A lot of things played into it because I went and recorded at studio in Metro Center at the time.
Yeah. Stargate, and I forgot the name of
Legendary.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. It was in the mall.
It was in the mall.
Yeah.
And I went and recorded there. And I'm not gonna never forget what the guy told me when I was there. Now he liked what I was doing and stuff like that, but what he told me that I need to do was switch my style because this is what's selling. This is what's hot. So if you want to be hot, this is what you need to do. I like,
yeah.
Nah, bro, I don't want to do that because I feel like, you know, that's not my character. That's not me. So I'm putting on a persona that I'm not. And then if I put on this persona and this persona sell, now I have to feel like I'm going to have to live this persona just to make my music. And I don't want to feel like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to feel like that what I'm doing is a job.
Right.
Everything that I do is not a job.
It's for have fun.
You know what I'm saying? I love everything that I do. Everything I do, I don't look at none of them as a job because I love everything I do. And when I told him that, you know, I don't want to change my style, I think I did one or two songs that was kind of out of character for me, but I did them. They were hot, but it just wasn't my character. So that kind of had me conflicted about it.
Okay. Okay, well, we're going to end this interview right here. Y'all to be continued.